What do Umpire bloopers and your higher frequency have in common? Absolutely nothing, unless you understand what your higher frequency is. What they have in common is laughing and the ability to raise your frequency. Laughter is one of the quickest ways to raise your frequency. Your frequency to me is your personality, just to put it very simply. Your personality is the first thing that people feel when they meet you. You have a vibration going, and that's your frequency. Many of us have perhaps trouble at home or bad relationships, trouble at work. One of the best ways to present yourself to people is that you have a can-do attitude and that you can help them. For instance, if you're at the office, don't hang around and gossip. That keeps your frequency lower. Instead, give your colleagues a compliment about a presentation they did, perhaps a report they wrote. Stick to business. Also, in your personal life, to raise your frequency, Mary Morrissey also suggests to give. Now that can be the ability to help someone financially, loan them some money, help them with groceries, a simple smile, a hug. Giving is another quick way to raise your frequency. Many of us have the concept of getting throughout our day. However, giving is the real key to getting. I am certainly, as a solopreneur, guilty of getting. I wake up every day and say, how can I get a new client? How can I get more followers on Instagram? How can I make a sale today? Get. However, I am a big believer in giving. It might actually be a little bit of a fault because I do donate a lot of my time to quite a few nonprofits. However, that's back in control. An example of a huge give that was something I experienced a couple weeks ago. My 40 acres and 3 houses has been on the market in New York for 6 years. It has been, even in the crazy real estate market, has been extremely challenging to sell it. Therefore, I finally decided, and it's a beautiful property, share with it, but it's 3 houses and 40 acres, including a bed and breakfast I renovated. I decided to take a huge risk. An auction firm in Pennsylvania was referred to me. They had to partner with an auction company in Hyde Park area that was not a company I wanted to work with. The amazing give that happened during this auction is my neighbors across the street. I've known the family for 22 years. They own Dorsey Metrology, one of the most amazing USA manufacturers of machinery and special gadgets. Special gauges, amazing people. Mark Swenson literally came over. We sat at my dining table at the inn and outbidded the developers. Let me tell you, these developers were going to literally steal my property at $600,000. Now this will make me cry. Mark not only saved me from penury and financial despair, but they saved it from the developers. He and Devin, who, by the way, is the president of Dorsey Metrology. She took over as a president once Ted Ludy passed away. They both did not want any kind of development. Therefore, it's not just a gift for me, but it's a gift for themselves. It's a huge gift to our beautiful Hyde Park. This is a beautiful piece of property. I can promise you, their frequency is over the top, and I'm sure they are walking on cloud 9 because they did get a really good deal. I got a really good deal, and we're going to be some partners and some work going forward. Now, that's not an everyday instance of give, but I wanted to share that example with you. When you have an opportunity to help somebody, do it. Don't pontificate. Do it. So remember, start your day laughing, start your day giving, and you better believe it, you're going to have an amazing day of getting back what you gave. Kundalini Yoga and meditation, both virtual classes on my podcast details, are also very good ways to give. But it's also really good ways to, to teach your children how to higher their frequency. Again, it's about their personality. You do not have to sit down with your children and watch these classes. I have studied with Har Prakash for over 15 years, daily basis. Her Kundalini Yoga classes are specifically geared toward children. The reason you want to have your children get involved with this technique, this tool, they are experiencing a ton of anxiety going back to school. There is bullying, there's a shortage of teachers. It's incomprehensible to me as an adult that we're putting our children through this nonsense. But you can give them control by letting them learn how to meditate and letting them learn how to do Kundalini Yoga, specifically for children. On Carrie's website, I have the link, Made in Meditation. It's specifically for children also. What I like about the way that she does her classes, she begins with a short description for the children where they can understand how to calm their thoughts, and then she immediately gets into a short synopsis of a meditation tool. It's simply a stick and a ribbon. But that's how she's teaching them how to control your thoughts, how to be calm, how to have less stress and less anxiety. This is so important for our children. Lastly, wine. I work with a company called West Palm Wines. I have known them for over 20 years. They have great specials besides an amazing collection of collector items of wines. But they have a wine club I've talked about. The best way to reach them is through email, which I have on my podcast details. They have something that they specialize in called the No Swill Zone. They will throw out specials occasionally for very inexpensive wines. This week they have a special going with a Spanish wine, which Mark loves, Mark Lasky. It's $6 a bottle. You have to contact them, but you got to buy a case. I know that's what they're doing, because $6 a bottle, give me a break, it's $72. You have to contact them by email, but it's a beautiful Spanish wine. It's luscious, it's heady, it's fruit forward, has beautiful tannins. I have always cautioned the listeners, when you go into another type of store and you see a 25 case stacked of wine and it's $6, run. Don't buy it, because I can promise you they got it on a closeout. It was probably in a warehouse cooking, then it's on a truck cooking, whereas with West Palm Wines, they treat even their inexpensive wines as though they're collector wines. All that information's on my podcast details. To wrap this up, start your higher frequency by laughing every day. Don't start it with watching the news. On my podcast, I always have a funny video now. It's usually about baseball. Sometimes it's about animals. Also, give. Don't start your day getting. Give your children a compliment. Give your spouse a compliment. Give yourself a compliment. Look in the mirror and say, man, I love you. Today's going to be amazing, Valerie. Practice Kundalini Yoga. Have your children sit down for 10 minutes a week. Do a little bit of yoga, do a little bit of meditation. These are both geared toward your children. Lessen their anxiety, keep them focused, teach them how to concentrate. Big issues in schools, in the schoolroom. Lastly, visit West Palm Wines. I know they ship within Florida. They don't deliver within Florida, they ship. If you don't live in Florida, make a good friend in Florida, because You don't want to miss these wines. These guys, creme de la creme, the top 3 wine stores in the world to me, and I've been in the industry for 26 years. To close this, I am Valerie Hale. I create this podcast, Wealth Yoga Wine, every Wednesday in order to help people create a blueprint for a life they deserve. You can also click on my favorite things. I have masterclasses. I have ways to contact me. I am open to help people one-on-one. Yes, it's fee-based. Masterclasses are free. If you want some hands-on training, I'm here to help you. And yes, that's fee-based. Merci, au revoir.